Namaste, listeners and viewers. This is our sixth episode with Sridhar Damle Ji. And previous episode we discussed about Balasaheb Devras Ji, and we will start the journey forward of the RSS from here there. Sridhar Ji, what was the contribution of Balasaheb Ji Devras Ji that has to be not known by the people and has to be remembered throughout his life?
In one line, I can say that Balasaheb gave angle for social activism of the RSS. Baroque time emphasis upon the establishment of Shakha and rehabilitation and Karyakarta. But Balasaheb has his own thinking about this thing. And during the Balasaheb, prominent organization which are we are known as the Sangha Parivar, like Vidyarthi Parishad, Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangha, then the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, all other Vidya Bharati, Vanvasi Kalanashram, they got boosted up. Balasaheb provide him Karyakarta, select the right person for the to support the cause. Giving him one example, when the Mazdoor Sangha started in 55, and it took 12 years for establishment branches and connecting the Karyakarta work, so and so can make them Karyakarta. And in 1968, Dattobande Tengri, Gajanan Gokhale, Ramesh Shah, all these come sit down together for 6 months, discuss together, and published a book called Charter. And that book was interesting factor in Charter was in the labor movement, previously all over the world, including in the labor movement, if company get profit, the workers, labor union demand a bonus. And sometimes their demand for bonus, to get a bonus goes for strike, or government pressurize corporation to give the bonus. But nobody care about the common man. So labor Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh pointedly mentioned that common man is a major factor of the decision. Any decision taken by in negotiation or government arbitration must be approved by the common man. So they involve the common person in that negotiation. Then after the emergency, Dattobande Thengdi started Bharatiya Kisan Sangha. And in Bharatiya Kisan Sangha started, I would like to share my information that Balasaheb mentioned that. He say, we started all of the organization, but we make a little bit of shortcoming that we should have started farmers organization, because India is a country of the villages and farmers is a major stakeholder, and there are so many problems because Balasaheb Deros was a farmer. He did an experiment. He said there is a need of the farmers should be, and we did not pay that much attention. And when I asked why, so he say most of our people workers are from upper caste, and they do not know that much about farming, and they are not right people for being part of the farmers union. The farmers union should be any his style is a Patel, Patil, Reddy, like that. Those who are farmers. And once we get the people from that group and they understand the important and they not only for as a zamindar, but as a farmers who own the half acre land or farmless laborer. That was a thing, another Balasaheb contribution thing. Third thing, Balasaheb noticed also, and he told me when I met him in 1983 interview, and later on also, I asked about Ram Janmabhoomi movement, and I say, I no problem about the confrontation. But what are your policy or methodology for conciliation or negotiation, discussion, because Muslims are major part, not among the minority. So Bala Sahib say, we have been carrying out the baggage of history, religious fanaticism, for foreign rule of Muslim foreign ruler, and riot for almost like a thousands of years. So we don't know how many centuries it will take to resolve the issue. But meanwhile, we should have about that. And there was a pracharak who was later become Sudarshan Ji, who later become a Sarasanga Chalak. He has interest about he studied the Quran and Hadith, and he was a multi-linguistic, and he has an interest to get involved and collect them like-minded people. And interesting thing about Sudarshan Ji is when he was this Sudarshan Ji was ME in electronic in 50s. Anybody become a diploma would have get a good job and built a bungalow. Anybody become BE means like a king, earning money, prestige, and status, and everything. And Sudarshan Ji was ME in electronic, which was a new subject in India. He would have got go abroad, or he would have got a good position in all India, but he became Pracharak. And when he became Pracharak in Bhopal, he visited one of the Sansal. And when he went to Sansal, there was a lock on the door. So he just stood. So neighbor came out, who was a Muslim, and he said, this fellow just went out for, he will be back within 5-10 minutes. So why don't you come and sit down with us in my house, if you don't mind? And Sudarshan Ji said no. And then the family, Muslim family, offered him tea. Sudarshan Ji took the tea, talked with them, asked, make an inquiry about everybody, member of the family. And then next door, so come out. He went to visit and talk with him. So whenever he come to visit that so Sudarshan Ji made a point to visit that family and ask about by name. So family got so much affect influence that the family member, a lady, Muslim lady, she tied the Rakhi to Sudarshan Ji. And so while her daughter got married, so Sudarshan Ji attended the marriage, and her son-in-law, I mean, that family son-in-law, was a journalist from Mumbai, Muslim journalist, and he understand about the need of the dialogue between the Hindu and Muslim. So Sudarshan Ji used to talk with him like that, and talk with the other like-minded people. So Sudarshan Ji and Balasam informed me also, there was another pracharak called Indrish Kumar, who is a founder of Muslim Rashtriya Manch. And Muslim Rashtriya Manch has 1 million Muslim member, from Maulavi to the uh, former minister. And when he was a pracharak in Kashmir Valley. I'm talking 1980, Kashmir Valley pracharak. And during the pracharakship, he visited in the morning after his visit to the temple with the tila on the forehead. He visited Hazrat Bal Mosque, where it kept preserve the hair of the Prophet Muhammad. And there he went there, and they welcome, and he say, "Can I do the prayer? Will you allow me to do the prayer?" And they say, "No, this is a mosque, Muslim mosque." He say, "What is the mosque? Masjid mean prayer house, and I want to do the prayer." And they say, "But our prayer," he say, "our prayer." They say, "Our prayer is Arabic, namaz time, the Arabic." So Sudarshan Ji asked, if the God is omniscient and omnipotent, the God should know any sincere prayer in any language. So I want to do the prayer. So it took them 3 hours, the meeting, that mosque. After 3 hours, they say, okay, do the prayer and get rid of that, And they allow him prayer. And after the prayer, He did prayer in such a thing. After they got impressed and they talked with each other and they were impressed by his knowledge about Quran and Hadith and all other thing, and he with respect. So that kept the relationship. So he was interested in that. All of the people, some of the people interested in that. And Balasaheb, when Balasaheb opened the door, as I mentioned in 1979, for the non-Hindus, means Muslim and Christian. But those who want to open the door for non-Hindus, they were the Hindus or leftist Hindu, and it's up to the Muslims or Christian to attend Shaka or not. So many times the Shaka was in the slum area, and slum area, the Muslim or Christian young small boys wanted to play the game because they are friendly with the Hindus also. So they attend the Shaka and play the game, and they were allowed. But once they know the flag and prarthana and discipline, all the things, so the it was a pressure from slum area elite group or peer group not to attend Shaka. So almost 99% dropout or more than that. But one out thing, it happened that one person stay longer. He attended the Sangha Shiksha Varga, Sangha training camp, 3 days. Then he liked it. Then he attended Sangha training camp for 1 month and second year, first year, second year, and he became pracharak. So when I interviewed Dattatreya Hosbale in Chicago, 2005, Dattatreya Hosbale told me there are four Muslim pracharak, but could not. Of course, he told me the name, but he said I cannot tell the name in public because of security. And they now become lifelong. One become pracharak for 2 years or like something, but they become pracharak. Same thing happened in Vidyarthi Parishad. Same thing happened in the Jan Sangha. Same thing happened in the ABVP. But this process was silent and slow process. Rather than the newspaper publication, they say we don't want newspaper publication because it's hindrance to our progress. We believe in the slow progress. So this Bas have another contribution. Third contribution, as we previously mentioned about his encouragement and transfer the Vanvasi Kalyana Ashram into the All India organization. Vanvasi Kalyana Ashram almost have 5,000 centers and almost like a 95% district where the Vanvasi, to whom the foreign academic and media coined the word aborigine. Aborigine means they are other come outsider. But Sangha coined the word Vanvasi means just like a Nagarvasi, urban, Gramavasi, villager, and Vanvasi, like a equal share. So Vanvasi Ashram at 5,000 center and almost like a 95% district where the Vanvasi people were the, uh, in good number, or in small number, minority also, will do the work for that. So he, Bala said there was give the word pracharak and make sure that they will get sufficient money so the work won't be stop. Then VHP, as we did discuss in detail about Ram Janmabhoomi and how the VHP transfer into the only the dharmic organization of the Havan Bhajan Bhojan into the mass movement and which transfer the Indian political scenario. Then another his contribution that to support Samajik Samarasata, Western concept of equality, liberty, equality, and brotherhood. But Sangha feel unless you have the love with each other rather than the right love about each other, and they call what we need is samarasata, means feeling of equality. Not only feeling equality, but feeling of equality transfer into the action. So Balasaheb Devaras support encourage that moment, have the open discussion about that. When there was a naming the Marathwada University into the Babasaheb Ambedkar University, and there was a agitation which divide the group almost like because of the uh, ego hurting, and it's a polarization and division among the society, and Dalit from Marathwada villages were uprooted by the violence. That time, Bala Sahib supported that conciliation and university should be renamed Baba Sahib Ambedkar Marathwada University, and that Sangha took open decision on that Samajik Samarasata, that is thing. When in 1930, in 1988 and 1992, during the economic crisis, there was a pressure from the World Bank and WTO and International Monetary Fund to India to change the policy. To protect the policy, Tattvabandhi Tigri, under the guidance and encouragement from Balasaheb, there was established Swadeshi Jagran Manch and contributed academically such an influential, the government has to take into recognition about the contribution of Swadeshi Jagran Manch. Till today, Swadeshi Jagran Manch in 2019 also forced to Narendra Modi government to drop economically certain proposal about this thing. So that is another Balasaheb contribution. And most important Balasaheb contribution during the Ram Janmabhoomi movement, he was telling, do go two step further, three step further, and one step backward for negotiation, and do without publicity. So when the 93, 92 demolition took place, Balasaheb's comment was, it is unfortunate but inevitable. That was a comment. And the ban on the RSS, Balasaheb wanted to step down, as I mentioned, that because of bad health, and give, but they say, no, we need your guidance. So after 93, the ban was lifted, and immediately Balasaheb took the opportunity and Prati Sabha declared that he will step down. First time it happened in RSS, and announced the name of Professor Rajendra Singh as the next Sarak Sangha Chalak. Of course, Balasaheb discussed with the people also, and those with whom he discussed, I talked with them. I talked with them. Almost like a 30 people. Then the Balasaheb, another thing he openly said, after his death, just like Guruji, there should not be his memorial, but his cremation should not be taken place at the Reshim Bagh. Means RSS with the Dr. Hedikar memorial and Guruji's memorial there. He doesn't want that transferring to the Rajghat. So he say, do my cremation at the cremation house, like a public cremation house. That was another his contribution. But his most important contribution is selection of the right people for the right cause, and encourage them for studies and all things. I can tell you, Balasaheb knew that I was interested about the Islam and Muslim activism. So whenever I met him, he always asked me, what are the new books you read? And even in the 92, he was very in bad health. He was not capable to talk. So when I visited him, I was reluctant, because I feel like you should see the lion in the jungle, not on the dead, dead bed. But I was told that no, Balasaheb would have liked to meet the people to whom he knew. So they asked me to go on a meeting. So I went there, and it was such a bad situation that within 5 minutes come out. I come out, and his secretary comes say, no, no, Balasaheb want to talk to you. He was not able to talk loud, mumbling. And he say, what are the new books you read about the Muslim, Islam and Muslim society? I mean, that was the person. He that very, very knowledgeable person. He read widely about history of Ireland and all other things. And when he selected, he was able to see Vajpayee as a prime minister even in 13 days. But that achievement and that happened, that is the Balasaheb make an organization all India, Parivar organization inclusive with the policy, Hindu ethos policy, which can be ideal and guidance to the world also. That was Balasek policy. So we talk about this thing. Then Rajendra Singh came, and when the Rajendra Singh came, Vajpayee became a prime minister with the 23 political party. There was a pressure from political party as well as from the Sangha Parivar also, and about this thing. So especially about Ram Janmabhoomi. And when Arun Jaitley came to Chicago, I asked him question. I told him, I say, you come into power and you kick the ladder of Ram Janmabhoomi, means you do not do anything because according to other political party, pressurized not to bring the Ram Janmabhoomi issue in the Vajpayee government, by Vajpayee government. I say, you come into power and you kick the ladder. Mean because of Ram Janmabhoomi, you come to power. So he told me, Damle Ji, you had done the study and you know that I was a lawyer for the Ram Janmabhoomi committee. I know Ram Janmabhoomi committee side. When I became law minister, I came to know from in government, inside and other side also. And there are so many cases, almost like 16 to 20 cases in different lower court. And lower court cases taking the dates and all thing, even though won't decide anything, then they had to go high court and supreme court, and we don't know how many next 100 years we would have not resolved. As a law minister, I put all together and give it to direct to the high court. But due to the archaeological source information and revelation, I'm sure, I don't know according to him, the high court will take. I talked to him in 2002. Within 7 years, High Court will take the decision, and the decision will be in favor of Hindu. Then it will go to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court will take also another almost decade. But the Supreme Court also give the decision in favor of Hindu. Only we need patience. That was a thing happening. But in the Parivar organization, especially VHP, and VHP has a difficult dilemma to convince and control the Sadhu group. And Sadhu group, among there are some political ambitions and some where the sincere wanted to all these things, but just to keep it. And some of the behavior of the Vajpayee government side, when Vajpayee invited all VHP people and Sadhu for talk, Sadhu has to wait for this group has to wait for 2 hours to meet Vajpayee. And Vajpayee came in a hurry and he talked and he say, okay, we will see what we can. I mean, just like political leaders and bureaucrat. So the sadhu were not happy. VHP people, even though VHP people, Ashok Singhal was not happy and all other thing. So it happening some kind of open criticism about that. Same time, I'm giving the political background in the Kandahar hijack plane. And government of India has to release the terrorists, and the way it the scene humiliation happened. Sangha people are people wanted to have some kind of the uh, surgical strike action, but it was media because of the media and especially new electronic media show the crying, grieving and crying women and the family members of the those who are hijacked, and it was a pressure also happening. But this is not happening. Most important thing, the why the Sangha people was not happy, the forced prachar from Bengal were kidnapped and taken to the Bangladesh. Is a combination, according to some combination of the missionary and Islamic fundamental. and they will torture. So prominent RSS people met then Home Minister Advani to say do something, And Advani tried to give the same lame excuse that West Bengal government, Tripura government, they are communist government, they are not cooperating, and we have Bangladesh not really cooperating, like that excuses. And they say you are the Home Minister, you should do the action. Means but somehow the Vajpayee government under 23 party, what happened? They were kidnapped for more than 9 months or something like that, and they were tortured in such a way, and they were killed. So that happened in 2004 election. The Swayamsevak and Parivar organization remained neutral. I was, we were told by one of the Kariwa, city Kariwa. He said I was the city Kariwa. I did only vote and went to my village. I mean, just like what now going on, uh, work, bring the work people, encourage the people, or bring the people for vote and increase the vote bank, vote share, like that. They remain neutral, and their BJP political gaze was failed. They thought their colleague DMK and Chandrababu Naidu, they lost the election such a miserably, like they hardly get 2 or 3 seats in Andhra Pradesh or Tamil Nadu. So NDA's number down, plus BJP number also from 180 to down also 147. So Vajpayee government lost the election. And during the one thing happened, I was told, again reliable source from
Mm.
BJP, when Vajpayee became, and oh, by the way, Sudarshan ji told me in 2010, Vajpayee became a prime minister. Sudarshan ji say we suggested 3 different names to his principal secretary and secretary advisor. Vajpayee, when Vajpayee decided want Brajesh Mishra,
Yeah,
we expressed our dissatisfaction, say because the Brajesh Mishra's son-in-law is Italian. Brajesh Mishra was the son of Dwarka Prasad Mishra, former Congress chief minister, and Indira Gandhi's Sonia close. But they say Vajpayee did not listen to us. So this kind of combination, and openly Dattobande Thengdi, then VHP General Secretary, and Sudarshan ji criticized Vajpayee government. So ended in the 2004 defeat. But meanwhile, yeah, another Bahasab important contribution I forgot to mention. Should I tell you?
yeah,
In Dr. Birth Centenary, so far RSS Swansab used to do NGO work in locally, but with the coordination, but nothing like a major as a RSS work, as a independent NGO. At the time of the birth centenary of Dr. Hedgewar, Barasaheb decided to have this NGO work, Seva work on the RSS name, in the name of RSS and Parivar name. And they started first time 3,000. They collected fund from the people, centenary fund, and started work 3,000 in Seva work in different places. Within 10 years, go to 30,000. Then it goes to the almost 80,000. Today, I don't know today, but I do have the figure, uh, 2018 figure, 1 lakh 60,000 Seva work RSS. So did in end up openly. This is the RSS work from blood bank to the eye bank to the for the blind people, handicapped people, like a one group.
mm-hmm.
Then education. In education also, vocational education, because you cannot go all the high school graduates should go to college and do that, because someone may not be, they are maybe interested in the carpentry or motor mechanic, but they should have that courses. So after the high school graduate, they can start something their own, like that in education. Then they have, among the seva work, RSS Sangha of Gujarat, that time former Sangha Dr. Doshi, Doshi. He, he started school for deep and mute girl at Rajkot. So same thing, part of the group, particular group, those who are handicapped. And then the about Nanaji Deshmukh started experiment in Gonda, making a whole district upward, economically upward. And then he Chitrakoot and all other thing. Balasaheb there was encouraged that also, visited that also, and that is a seva work. So RSS seva work now is become a prominent among the Indian scenario. And when I pass the remarks a little bit sarcastically, my Pune style, I say RSS seva work is a top among the failure people. If we com- if we compare with the missionary work, like Vidya Bharati has 22,000 school, missionary has almost like a 200,000 school, or any health issue, all other thing. That's why I jokingly say, RSS compared to the. But then I was corrected by Sangha people. They say you're looking from only RSS. If you look to the Hindu people, do the work, whether the BAPS, ISKCON, or any local organization, do the work. Hindu seva work, they do the more than the missionary work also. Correct. That's telling that it's an open discussion, open and free and frank discussion going on. So this thing happening, Basel thing, and that helped indirectly to the BJP in spite of 2004 defeat. When
Yeah.
the election took place 2008 at the Vidhan Sabha assembly election in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Chhattisgarh,
Hmm.
and BJP won all the states. And New York Times mentioned, reporting the news in the first page, mentioned that once upon time, tribal area, most number of people were from the tribal area. Once upon time, tribal area was the stronghold of the Congress party and a hub of the missionary hub. But because of RSS affiliated Vanvasi Kalyanashram social work, BJP got largest number of MLA from the tribal people. Same thing, you can go look at the 2014 or 2019 or 2024 election. BJP got largest number of MPs from OBC, from the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So this is indirectly what Bala said, contribution saying that, and that's this all this thing happening 2004. That time, how the people they look at the people. Due to the power struggle in Gujarat, Narendra Modi was transferred to Delhi. But while he was Delhi, he traveled Haryana, Kashmir, UP, Rajasthan area, and the people come to know her and Narendra Modi's contribution, participation, and lead, organize and lead the Murli Manoj Joshi yatra to the Lal Chowk
Hmm.
for that. And they were threatened that nothing will happen, the people will kill, and happening that from Kanyakumari to the Srinagar. But Narendra Modi, who organized Vajpayee Yatra, Advani Yatra, Ram Janmabhoomi Yatra 1988, he was given the responsibility from in Gujarat. So from Gujarat responsibility, Narendra Modi given the responsibility for All India Yatra from Kanyakumari to Lal Chowk in Srinagar. So experimented with the Pracharak, giving the larger responsibility that Pracharak become by his activity and his behavior popular among that group. So when the time came, then there was a after the 2001 uh, earthquake in Kutch area. There was panic and name pop up immediately about Narendra Modi, who did not contest even the corporation election,
Yeah.
and he was elected, and he became a minister, and how he become out, and because of the after the during the Gujarat riot, and he became a target of criticism from the media, along with the Advani, from media, academic, and all of the people. But once BJP lost the election 2004 and 9, Advani's name was diluted and Narendra Modi's name was continued. But his name was because of the his leadership and their attitude and progress, economic progress of Gujarat as a Gujarat role model. And media criticism made him all known all over India. So he became popular among the Sayasak. So I was told about before 2014 when the RSS used to have weekly meeting, their bi-monthly meeting, Baudik, then monthly meeting of the district level, then the 3 months meeting at the division level, 6 months meeting at the state level, and Pratinidhi Sabha. And everywhere there is debate, open and free and frank debate about the all public issue. And they realize the popularity of Narendra Modi among the people, along with the media and all of the thing, all the thing is such a thing happening, and because of the the Congress government, UPA government, and especially Congress leadership, coined and targeted a Hindu community. They wanted to call RSS as the Hindu terrorists because the Muslim terrorism, they needed somebody to be project as a counterpart. And they wanted to call RSS as the Hindu terrorist organization.
Mm-hmm.
So they coined the term Hindu terrorism, and which upset not only Hindu community but strongly irritated RSS censor. So when Mohan Bhagwat became Sarasangachala 2009, at his first press conference, which is available on the video, YouTube press conference, he say BJP need chemotherapy. In strong word, he say BJP need chemotherapy. Give the give the place to the young people, and they decided to take a direct role. Sudarshan ji was also mentioned that decided we had to work for the 2014. Mohan Bhagwat openly say and organize. One of the good example, people know about Amit Shah's role at UP election, 2014 election, where the BJP, who has only 10 MP from out of 80 in Uttar Pradesh, BJP got 72 MP out of 80, 72 MPs from Uttar Pradesh. But Shah,
Uh, sir.
okay, sorry for that interruption.
No, no.
When the 2009, because out of anger about Hindu terrorism, and they say that's a RSS field, along with the Hindu community, RSS field, that's an insult to the Hindu community and unnecessarily drag the Hindu community. parallel to the Islamic fundamentalists or jihadi, and they feel like so far we are apolitical, but we should get involved because BJP was not insufficient because of their power struggle and all other thing. So Mohan Bhagat openly said that BJP need chemo, and the BJP should provide a place to the young people. Means saying that because Advani's Pakistan visit and praise the Jinnah and all of the upset also the Vajpayee government performance in about Kandahar and Ram Janmabhoomi and all the thing. So need a thing, whole thing. So from 2009, RS is thinking how to do that, and they call back Dr. Krishna Gopal, who was the Kshatriya, I mean, regional pracharak of the Bengal and Assam, northeast Assam. But he was a previously Pranta pracharak of UP. So they call him back and give the responsibility of the build of the UP. And he did a workout from the booth level, which helped Amit Shah in 2013. No doubt, Amit Shah worked like a absolutely.
Can you repeat the name? Who?
Dr. Krishna Gopal,
Aja.
who is now Sahasarakarya Assistant General Secretary. That time he was a Kshatriya Pracharak, mean regional Pracharak. And before that, he was a Pranta Pracharak of the UP. So he knew the UP by heart and UP's caste politics and everything, because being a Pracharak traveling all India. So the BJP, because of the Kalyan Singh in and out and Uma Bharti's politics, so there was a gloomy nature of the BJP. Once the BJP has 35 MPs out of like that, BJP come down to the 10 MPs from UP. And BJP's organization level also from only remain up to the 10 parliamentary constituency rather than the. So Dr. Krishna Gopal decided to rebuild the whole thing. And he what he did, what is popular known as a panna.
Hmm.
In the election, there are so many, there are election booth, and one booth has a thousands voters. So you take the thousands voter from that election, from the voters list, and you decided certain people that you are 100% guaranteed. You don't have to do convey. And certain people who are your opponent, no matter how much you try, take it away. Name. Remaining the name divided into the booth area, and so and so from that booth who has a contact with these people as a lane friend, gully friend, or some organization friend, or some kind of the activity friendship. They should meet and talk with them, not to direct talk, vote for the BJP. Talk with the corruption, talk with the issue of the government bureaucracy, talk of the issue of the defense, lack of the defense, proper arrangement, talk with the water supply, all the concerning issues, and do that. So when Amit Shah assigned UP, I was told they used to have 3 times a day interaction between Amit Shah and Krishna Gopal. Sorry, 5 times Amit Shah and Krishna Gopal. And Narendra Modi used to call 3 times with how the things going on and all other thing. So would Panna page mean from one page, one such particular take the lane, which voters are there, where the census are there, and neatly organize the booth level arrangement mechanism. So voters should and see the voters should come out to vote. Important thing, and that you can see the result in the 2014, 19, and now after the Lok Sabha election in the assembly election, Haryana and Maharashtra, increase the vote percent because during that time 2004 and 9 and before, urban area, big city like Delhi, Pune, Bhopal, like Nagpur, all these big city, Kanpur, voting percentage was 38%. And among the out of 38%, major vote come out from the slum area. Middle class people was not they were not keen because nothing going to change like that attitude. To change the attitude, make them to come for vote, and they increased the vote in 2014 from 38% to 57%. Same thing with the 6% vote increase in the Haryana or 7 9% vote increase in Maharashtra. You can see how the big change in Haryana. Everybody was sure of Congress will come back. In Maharashtra also they feel like, but the BJP and party got thumping called white majority, that they call brutal majority about this thing happening. So that is another thing going on, the thing, and making the story that RSS grown up with the Parivar organization, become a part and boldly. Yeah, during the another that I forgot also, during the 1971, after the Bangladesh war,
Hmm.
large number of Bengali migrate to India, 1 crore, and almost like a 40% people migrate to Assam. And among the 40%, 70% people were already from Bangladeshi Muslim, and they stay there. So that changed the demography of the Assam. Assam has some kind of the tribal conflict. Each tribe has a conflict with each other, plus urban versus rural, plus Bengali versus Assami, plus all these linguistic confrontation, all this background. When the Rajiv Gandhi come to power, this Assami students started student agitation to kick out illegal Muslim or Bengali migrant. Balasaheb Deoras and guided and Vidyarthi Parishad to issue. They participate, they supported it, but they say among the illegal people, keep in mind, Bengali Hindu came from Bengal out of helplessness. They had no other choice than surveillance. So they are not illegal because from 1947, all the government promised them, whenever you want to come back to India, you're welcome.
Yeah.
So they are not illegal. So they make the issue, particularly this thing, and all India they organize the conferences, and many prominent writers and media people and personality participate in that. So Balasaheb's contribution along with this thing happening. So this thing going on, and VHP, the VHP do the sadhus and religious leader to come out and do the active role to convince the people, to guide the people for election time. All this combination. So RSS Shakha grown up before 2014 up to the 50,000, 55,000. Not because of the BJP come to power and Shakha grown up, and because just like what President Kennedy used to say, people feel America rich and that's why America has the roads, highways and roads. He said no, because of we have highways and road, America become rich.
Yeah.
Same thing also because of the Shakha, because of the Karyakarta, because of the family person who are working people, the number of increase, and that's why the change the role of the Parivar organization and in the different field. And that Parivar organization different field it goes in such a way. 2016, they started Chitra Bharti. They realized that in the film industry, especially Bollywood, Bombay industry, due to the influential Urdu influence and the prominent role and leftist role, it was a different shape, do the brainwashing of the people. So 2013, 16, they started Chitra Bharti, where I think at the first founding meeting public meeting. I attended. Hema Malini was there. There's Vivek Agnihotri was there. I mean, those are prominent among the film industry. And RSS had a prominent people. Like Nanaji Deshmukh told me, Devanand, Devanand was, and Pran, they were the Sansak in Lahore. But they
Oh,
were, and Devanand, during the emergency, after emergency election, Devanand offered his two cars for the political campaign. Pran or other like Nana Palsikar, they were sons. So RSS organized, especially the felicitation, and RSS has a group called Sanskar Bharti, mean
hmm.
encourage about literature, poetry, and all other thing. In that Sanskar Bharti in 1980, in 80, Felicit, prominent music director Naushad.
Aja.
So they telling this all these things working together. Then Christian missionary working with the Christian, especially with the Christian missionary, apart from the Catholic and Baptist, they have the connection with the Syrian Christian in Kerala and other Protestant churches in India and so they had the dialogue with that, and you can see the result of that dialogue about especially in the Christian majority state in Northeast India, Mizoram, Nagaland, and all of this area. BJP and BJP alliance won the election. RSS worker in the Tripura and Assam in Tripura change make the communist government of 30 years, defeated the communist government of 30 years. Sunil Devdar was the pracharak for there. Assam were divided into the different Math and Shaivite and Vaishnavite Shankar Dev group, tribal and rural versus urban, among the urban linguistic group, among the leftists and all of the thing. But because of Vidya Bharati school and because of the VHP and because of the Vidyarthi Parishad, RSS was able to keep all people together about the corruption issue and development issue. And there is a one PhD on the RSS in Assam. Another PhD was the RSS in Orissa. A third PhD was the RSS in Kerala. So a lot of people we do not know a lot of things. This thing happened. There are two PhD from abroad about VHP. One from America, one from Australia about VHP. There is one PhD from UK about the RSS role in the Seva work and with the Ramakrishna mission, all these things. So these things happening, coming to the role, and yeah, one of the unique thing that one of the former activist, HSS activist, when he migrated with the family to India, back to India, he started Youth for Seva at
Hmm.
Bangalore, and Youth for Seva, he told IIT people, IT people, you work fine, only give 2 hours week, and they come together, play the game, have the laugh, and say, we'll do some seva work. What kind of seva work? They when the school reopen, lot of people, student come with the school bag, and poor student do not have school bag. So you say we can collect the money and we can buy the school bag and we can sit down together. One person get the school bag, another person can put the notebook, third person compass, both is the pen, pencil, what are the requirement, and 1 hour only like that once a week, and lot good number of IT people, young IT people who want to do something, man and woman participate in that. After 1 hour, order the pizza, good time, go home. And at the opening of the school, come to the school, give the one school bag which you provide to the student and see the smile. That make you motivate to be continue work. So Youth for Seva, and he organized Youth for Seva in such a way in Bangalore. I was told there was a 75 center Youth for Seva in Bangalore. In Delhi, there are 50 centers. In Pune, 35. The good number because of attract the youth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And from the same thing, Balasaheb Devras. Yeah, interesting thing. Balasaheb Devras come out in 1977. I mentioned during the emergency, collected Guru Dakshina via Rashtra Sevika Samiti, women organization. So when Devras free from the jail, and there was his 3 days lecture in front of the workers, the Samiti workers requested that we would like to listen to your worker talk, and Devras say, why not? So 15 Samiti workers, prominent workers, I'm not talking prominent office bearer came there. And when they came with the Samiti, one of the RSS Pracharak taunted, sarcastically said that, oh, I do not know, we changed Ganesh, means sari, rather than half pant in sari. So Barasaheb retorted him back. He said, when the ban, or a many good number of ban in 1947, 40, 48 ban, 1975 ban, some member of the so-called dedicated worker got a cold feet and stepped down from the Sangha work. So when the in the during the emergency also, when the sense was so accurate, they put the bangle, and the Samiti people come forward and do their heroic role. So they attend the Samiti. Balasaheb they were there. Then RSS invited Samitis along with the other Parivar organizations, Samiti delegation to attend the Pratini Sabha. After some time, they give the women's organization to one session to talk about women's problem. They say, we are men's organization. We do not know what are the women's problem. So talk about women's problem. So Samiti talk about the organization and all the thing. Then there was another group pop up from the Vidyarthi Parishad, those young women who activists in the Vidyarthi Parishad, and they got a finish the education and they got a job or married out. They want to do something, so they formed Stri Shakti group, and Stri Shakti group also attended Prati Sabha, and they presented one issue called adolescence girls. When the girls become adolescence girl, was in the confusion mind with the hormone growth and Hindi movies and all the and rebellious nature, all these things, how to do that. So these things happening in the Balasaheb time and it's continuing in the other time also, but especially come out with the 2014, 2000 after 14 time also, and they participated in the election process and all of the thing. So they formed that time also because Baseb emphasized that women should participate in parivar. In sangha, women cannot because sangha's activity is a physical activities, and so avoid that. Still in India today, man and woman, apart from the relative, they cannot come on the common ground, common platform. So they say they should at least work as a colleague in a parivar organization. So women work in the Vidyarthi Parishad, in the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Mazdoor Sangh, or different groups also. And there are some women workers. So they call one of the prominent person, Gita Bunde, and make a coordinate women workers in Parivar organization. And they used to have a meeting, quarterly meeting, like just like I mentioned about the local meeting once a month, quarterly meeting about the district of state level, 6 month state level, and annual meeting, and exchange of view, exchange the program, and coordinate the program. All this the RSS introduced, Balasaheb time introduced Samanvay Samiti, means Parivar organization, and they do it implement in the woman time also. So they did such a thing, all these things, and interesting thing in 1988 when Mazdoor Sangha was declared as the largest number in the labor union among the labor union. So Soviet Union invited Mazdoor Sangha delegation and Mazdu Sangha delegation was invited at the international ILO International Labour Organization for the conference also. So Dattopant Thegri, along with the delegate, become part. He was the founder, guide, and of the organization. He went to Soviet Union, talked with the people, and they say, "What are the secret of your success?" He said, "Because we are non-political. You are the Communist Party's branch. We did a many time agitation against the BJP rule government also." So in 1989, China invited Mazdu Sangha delegation to China. Dattopant Thengdi went there also. Dattopant Thengdi was given the radio talk time, and he openly say out same thing. And China, then the Vidyarthi Parishad, they invited China invited Vidyarthi Parishad delegation in China. Then China invited RSA delegation to China. So China was studying about the Vidyarthi or Sangha Parivar, and that's why China they did the translation of our book in Chinese language also. So these are things happening, and come into power. When Narendra Modi come into power, government come to power, there was a previous change between the Vajpayee government and Narendra Modi was. In Vajpayee government, Parivar organization was welcome. Minister, BJP minister listened, sympathetically. Then call the secretary and say, "Oh, see what you can do." But in the Modi's time, such meeting took place. But Modi's under the Modi Narendra Modi guidance, minister called the secretary that time in a meeting, and they listened to the uh, complaint or criticism or of the Parivar organization about the government policy. And within the short time, they had to answer back. Again, meeting, next month meeting, and they had to answer back. Again, that same meeting, next meeting, Parivar organization, counter criticism, all these things. And within short time, they formulate the policy about inflation. That's why Rahul Gandhi complained the RSS captured the each and every government institution like that because RSS, as I told you, Vidya Bharati, Saraswati Shishu Mandir. So they need RSS people need the change of the education policy. So prominent RSS worker from Ahmedabad. Right now I don't remember. Next time I'll write down name. And he traveled all over India. Talk with the education, he talk with the principal, talk with the student, talk with the academic, and what kind of policy we should know. So they say we should prevent the flow of the student from the first thing changes education policy. It means education should be in mother tongue first thing up to mother tongue. Then second thing is a once you seventh grade, you should have certain subject compulsory. But seventh grade, once you know that student is not interested in the mathematics or in the in English or in the physics or anything, but interested in the painting or dance or sculpture. So that student should be motivated and encouraged for that particular field. And after his graduation, he should be able to stand on the feet and he should go in that particular field. There should be availability of the resources and financial support, but that rather than everybody go to the college and fail in the college and then you get a problem about the job or so and not government cannot provide the job. So that policy adopted last year by Narendra Modi government, education policy which have come out this year also continuing this year. So these are innovation. Only the reservation they have about the pressure from especially dealing with the multinational and foreign government economic basis. But the Even the RSS also accepted. You cannot be isolated, and you need the foreign technology and foreign investment. Only thing what RSS feel that, or Swadeshi Jagran Mancha or Parivar organization feel that you should negotiate in such a way. You should hide your car. Don't under the lure of getting the visa for your son or your son-in-law or job for son or son-in-law in abroad. Negotiate professionally and business-like. Just China did with WTO or international organization. That was an expectation about this thing. And so far in the RSS, uh, my figure about 2024, RSS almost has 101 lakh shakha. Why I'm talking 1 lakh shakha? Number of shakha, daily shakha, 72,000.
Oh,
I will give the figure, okay? From how many places, how many shakha next time, tomorrow. 72,000 daily shakha. They have almost like a 24,000, 28,000, whatever, weekly shakha. And they have mandali, once a month in the villages. You meet once a month, shakha. So you put all the figure together, they almost have 1 lakh shakha. But they feel, even just like I jokingly say, they are top of the among the failure. They feel India has 5 lakhs, half million villages. They want to reach out villages. They want to start one ideal village development project, village, ideal village in one district. And India has so many districts. So that one model project can be guide to the other. Like they are go for organic farming. Don't use the fertilizer, which burn your farms and become your farmland barren after 7 years. Give me another example about that. They supported Gohatya Bandi. But what to do about the barren cow and old bull? So they have Goshala. But Goshala mostly depend upon the donation.
yeah,
What what they did in Developar, in the something 80 miles or some away north of the in Madhya Pradesh, they have Goshala. And they did early morning when the cow, you feed the cow, take the cow urine, gomutra, and they pasteurize the gomutra into the tablet. And American FDA approved that tablet for against blood pressure, diabetes, and third disease. I forgot. Then they realized cow dung, early morning cow dung, is so powerful that one of the American institution, university, using the cow dung to prevent the nuclear ray. When you have the nuclear reactor or something,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah. Then they say rather than cement concrete house, build a house with the stones and soil. That house can be cool, like cool in the summer and warm in the winter. And University of Pittsburgh, I think they invested something like a $7 million, and they build a house like that like that. So this kind of the innovation they encourage. Sudarshan Ji encouraged one of the student, one of the scientists from Nagpur. He wanted to develop alternative to the petrol, and he developed almost project. And as soon as he developed, he showed the Sudarshan Ji how he can do that, and car can run on that. But our slavish mentality, academic, from the IIT and all of the engineering college, they say, no, this is not true. Unless, we have mentality, unless propagated and approved by the Western.
Yeah.
So there is not true. That fellow did so many years. And out of apathy of the government, academic, and the grant, his project was purchased by Germany because he become old. His son got a job in the abroad, so he went like this thing happening about this thing. But RSS people do that, and another thing they say that coming back to the barren cow, they say barren cow gomutra is more powerful than the cow with the child calf. Then they say if we make gobar thing which they use for the burning that can kill bacteria in the house. So the RSS sponsored Goshala. They got an order for 40,000 cow dung thing per month. So
Wow.
they would experiment in that. Every field in experiment, do the experiment what you can do that. Same thing like what we have problem with the plastic.
Yeah.
You can when you make a road highway, rather than stone and other thing, put the plastic and then make a road. So you get rid of the plastic and all these things. I'm talking about these things. So these kind of things RSS develop encourage that and be your own role model. Adopt whatever they think necessary. If you ask me what is the uh, RSS adopted Western concept of the organization. If you study the RSS with the Boy Scout or Girl Scout, Boy Scout, you can find a lot of similarity. Once upon a time, Boy Scout was a great organization. Today, Boy Scout is almost in bankruptcy because it become a corporate with level, salaries and all other thing. So RSS is one number one thing rather than the rather than the self promotion or do as a service, do as a duty, and do it professionally. So organization, professional proficiency, adoption, whatever the needed, and develop your own role model. RSS, as I mentioned, you started a cooperative bank in Maharashtra in 1952, and most of the cooperative bank were controlled by Congress party, and they used as a political weapon, and good number of banks collapsed. And RSS Bank almost like a 15% share in the cooperative bank. And the cooperative bank, out of the policy, whatever the profit they get, they will donate 20% or 25% profit back to the society. Means social NGO project, scholarship from the felicitation of the dedicated workers like that. So these are things happening in the period of the RSS and same time happening oh, when the Narendra Modi time also, Narendra Modi is also, they had a dialogue. In Vajpayee time, they had the public criticism. If you notice that, there are the difference of opinion in but they had the continued dialogue with each other. And I asked him question to Mohan Bhagwat for our book. I say, if there are the difference of opinion, and BJP say we know, because some of the BJP people say that we are also patriot, we know how to run India, we know if we know how to run the party, we know the government, we know how to run the government. It's not like that. And I say, if something ego clash happen, so what your suggestion? They will come to you. And he said, no, I will ask them talk each other. I say, then what? If the BJP refuse with this thing, they say the BJP will pay the price in the at the election. And he say, what? I say, what advice you give? I say, sit down and talk without ego, without ego of the being power, without ego of the ministership, of ego of your organization control all. Just like a, in a labor movement in Bombay, George Fernandez used to say, I can close down the Bombay with the taxi band or the band, BST buses band like that. Don't
Mm.
blackmail, don't blackmail. Talk with each other. So communication, they learn from that. From which communication is a Western concept. We have the Guru Shishya communication, but just like what you say, we clean our house, we take a shower, bath every day. We clean our house, but throw the kachra, garbage on the street. So village neighborhood concept, village our own concept, which is the Western concept, RSS out of that. So all these things happening about this thing, and Vajpayee government, most of the thing to talk rather than, no doubt there are so many good personality in Vajpayee government, but they have their own individual achievement.
Yeah.
So you should have the personality such a way it should benefit to party rather than the party benefit to you. That was the RSS point. In today's news also, after the Maharashtra election, they have the some RSS prominent office bearer come to Mumbai and talk with the MLA, and they say don't show exhibitionism about your wealth or don't show exhibition about your power. If you are living in the one room, after you resign as a after you retire as a minister, you should be remain in the one room rather than the big bungalow and your children got a, like that. So this is the emphasis happening. They're talking about that. Vajpayee time, nobody pay attention. In the 2014 also, 2019, after 2019, yeah, in 2014, Mohan Bhagwat, after the election, he publicly say, be about himself, be careful, don't be fall to the personality cult. We are organization and for the nation. Personality cult, avoid the personality cult. And you know what I'm talking.
Mm.
Yeah. And same thing about Mohan Bhagwat say, we can say that. But most of time, Vajpayee time, also, how the selection right person. When the Narendra Modi was transferred to under the power politics, transferred to Delhi, Vajpayee took him along with him to Russia. If you see the picture of Vajpayee with Putin on the backside, next to Vajpayee, foreign minister and secretary, but on the backside of the people, you can see the Narendra Modi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this time can select the right person. Like Narendra Modi was sent as a he was a BJP, but as a Pracharak he was sent 93, 93 Global Vision Conference. He traveled all over, he traveled a lot of places, and he was invited by American government leadership conference in White House. So selection of the right person and give him the responsibility and give him the encouragement and support that happened in the Vajpayee time. And when the Sudarshanji and criticized publicly, and he was advised calm down, calm down. But Sudarshanji personally could not. So it was again, I was told by reliable source in 2004 after defeat, it was suggested to Sudarshanji to retire.
Oh,
Me diplomatically, but Sudarshanji was told also, and he said 2006 would be Golokar Guruji centenary. I want to celebrate that. After that, I will see. So 2007 gone. 2008 again, and the result was 2009 Sudarshan ji stepped down. So this is also one indirect how to do that. Why? Because all the colleague with the central committee or Kshetriya Pracharak or Sangha Chalak or Pranta Pracharak and Sangha Chalak, they have their work to voice in the meeting, which even the Sarva Sangha Chalak has to respect that. I think today we can stop here, and tomorrow we can go more further about the RSS view from 2000. We almost come down to 2024, but we can go for what future they're looking forward tomorrow, and you can ask me questions. ठीक है?
Sure, sir. Namaste.